everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Reckelhaus from the Widow Reckelhaus and Threshold of Hineni. We're going to work some more on this journal that we've been working on for a long time, which is kind of going to be my point today. Sometimes I just really enjoy adding more and more and more to a journal, and other times I get to the point, and it's usually because I've been working on it for so long. Maybe I've had like a break for a month or two like I just did, and I'm kind of tired of that journal, to be honest. I still think it's really pretty, but I'm ready to move on. I don't know if you can see this pile over here. I've got a whole pile of stuff I want to do, and I'm much more motivated right now to do that stuff than to do this. So I get to that point where I just go, okay, let's finish this up. So it still may take a little while to finish it, but because I do still want it to be really cool. I want it to be a really cool journal. I'm just like, don't have the creative energy for it right now. So I started to look through, and then I thought, no, I'm going to look through this with you. What I do is I'll find something like this piece, it's like a burlap, and it's got wire in the edges, and I say, okay, let's go through and see how many places I can put this, because I want to have, running themes all the way through it. It's got this pink and black and green kind of thing going on, and I want to use certain pieces all throughout it, and I can use it in different ways. So this could be, it can be a belly band that way or this way. It can be a pocket. All right, you can do lots and lots of different things with it. So right here, we're going to make it into a pocket. Now this has wire in the edges, and I don't want the wire to stay in there. You could leave it in there if you want to. It makes it stiffer and easier if you have the wire to put stuff in there, but I don't like it poking out from the edges, and sometimes I kind of snag myself on it, cut my fingers or something, so I just don't like it. I want it out. And also because I think that junk journals should be able to be handled by somebody as klutzy as I am, or by kids. Now you don't want your 2-year-old playing with your junk journal because they'll tear the pages, but a 6 or 7-year-old, it should be okay. But if you got wires in there, it's a little bit hard. All right, so the other thing is glue. All right, so burlap, this has lots of holes in it, so glue is going to go through, but I don't want to sew it on this page, because then on the other side I'm going to have stitching here and here like that. It's okay. I have seen journals like that, and I've done journals like that, but it makes it a little hard to write on the other side. So I'd rather glue it. The glue is going to come through, okay? Now the other thing is, do I want to leave this just plain like this, or do I want to put something on it? I have quite a bit going on here, so I'm thinking since this is on the top, I'm just going to leave it plain. If I was going to have it down on the bottom, it would need to carry more weight, so I would have to decorate it in some way. All right, so this one I'm just going to leave it plain. I'm going to make it into a pocket. So I'm going to do some glue just as thin as I can, which with this glue it's a little bit hard to keep it thin, but right now it's doing a great job of it. And you'll notice that even without the wire, the sides are pretty stiff. So this does make a really nice pocket, because it really will hold up, and it will let you put things in there that aren't going to slip out or tear out or anything like that. Okay, so now that's a little bit wet, so I want to be careful about folding it over right away, because it might stick to the other page. Okay, so let's just like hold it. I'm going to hold it kind of open while we look through for where else we might need something. Okay, so I don't want to do this burlap again right away on the next page, but we do need something there. And this is a good page for writing, so we could leave it blank, but it just feels kind of empty to me. So let's see, I'm gonna lay my angel down here to hold that page kind of open. All right, this needs something. What about the pink there? Would that look good? Do I have green burlap? I think I do, but actually I think it's more of a Christmas green. Let's see if it would look good or not. Oh, if I can get it. Oh, actually, that doesn't look bad at all. Okay, so let's put one down here so that you can see how we might decorate it. I have no ideas right now. We're just going to think about it when we get it. So let's cut this to size, and let's pull out the wire, and then we're going to figure out, we want to decorate it before we put it on. So there's one piece of wire. Okay, and to get the wire out, you just kind of push this end down towards the center a little bit. And then when you get the wire out far enough that you can pull on it, you do. And you want to make sure that this goes straight into a trash can, because if it's on the floor and you're walking through barefoot, it will just like, it's like magnetized to your toe. Okay, this is crooked, so I want to cut that. I should have used my fabric scissors actually now because I've got the wire out. Okay, now on this back side, it's got like some shiny stuff there. That's not another wire, is it? No. So I like this side because it's just a little bit more finished. I mean, it's not super finished, but it's a little finished. Okay, so what do we want on that? I have, kind of thinking, I've got some black cord. We could make that into a bow, but I still feel like we need something a little bit more to put on it. But we've got our black there. So let's go ahead and make a bow out of this. I'm probably going to trim some of it off, unless I want a really big bow. This is a leather cord. I got it on YouTube. It's, I don't think this, yeah, that sticker won't come off. But I'll link it below. I like it for making, here, I'll show you, I'll take it off. I put like metals on it, like this, and I use something that's actually from the fishing supply section. I don't know what it's called, but it's from the fishing supply section, and I use that. I might get like a whole bunch of, like these are the miraculous metals, and so I'll make those into necklaces for people. So, but it works really nice for a bow. What happened to my bow? What did I do with my bow? Okay, let's make another bow. It works. And then I'll just have another bow that'll come out sometime and I can use it someplace. Okay, so I've got some of this. I'm not going to do it in the middle because I really cut off too much. You know, you need a little bit extra just to be able to handle the whole thing. So let's see what we can do here without making it into a gigantic bow. Okay. All right, and one of the things that I really like about the leather stuff is that you can kind of bend it. I mean, it doesn't have a wire or anything in there, but it's stiff, so you can crease it and bend it and stuff. Okay, so let's see how that looks. That's kind of cute. Okay, I still think if I could find something pink to go on it, that would be really cool. Okay, so let's pull in our, oops. Okay, so we've got this. What can we use from this? Okay, so we could use something from our fiber thing. There was, oh yeah, this. Oops. We got this. Can we do something with that? Maybe use one of the roses. That's probably too big to go with that little bow, but we can just use the bow for something else. Let's see what happens, what we like. You know, and the thing is, when you cut something like this, it's okay if you decide that you don't want to use it there, you'll use it someplace else. Okay, I'm actually going to save that too. Okay, so one possibility would be this little scrap underneath there, kind of like that. That would be cute. Or we could do this rose, which, you know, it's going to be flattened, and that's okay. It'll just pop right back up. It's really soft. I kind of like that. Do I want the bow under it? No, I just like that. Okay, so I'm going to use just a little teeny tiny bit of glue to hold it on, because this is pretty strong glue. It doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, so I've got that little dot there, and then I also had put a little bit on this part, so some of that will come through that. But let's put it on here. I'm not pushing it hard because I don't want the glue to go through to the paper underneath. So now I'm pushing it. Okay, and I'm actually going to set that aside for a few minutes just to completely dry before I put it down on this page. So let's see if this is dry now. It's still a little wet, but it's not gonna like stick to the next page or anything. So let's go ahead and we'll close that. Okay, so we know that we have this to go here. Do we want anything on top of it? Because this isn't a big enough pocket to have something that's going to be tall. So I kind of think that we should have something on top of it. Ooh, what about pink? Yeah, let's do pink. And let's make this one, actually, let's make this one a small belly band. Okay, so get my scissors. I need to put some of that stuff away. It starts driving me crazy when I have too much stuff out here. Sorry, hold on. Get this and this put away. Okay, we're gonna make this go like that. So let's pull out the wires. Okay, one wire and another. Now, one thing, if you want to use your sewing machine for decorating a pocket like this before you put it on, I'm having trouble with wires today for some reason. I don't know why. It's usually like, it takes a second to get it out, but I'm having a hard time pushing it down. I don't know, for some reason, I think my nail polish makes me like uncoordinated or something, or more uncoordinated than I normally am. Okay, so you could add something by sewing machine right now before you put it down, because that's not going to affect the page. But what do we want to put on here? It'd be kind of cool if there was something green. Let's see, what do we have here? Don't really have anything. I mean, I've got ribbon and stuff, but what if we did something with this? Really cold outside today. Okay, have I forgotten how to make a bow? It's really, really cold outside today. It's like 40, so I guess that's not as cold as it is a lot of places, but we had snow a couple days ago and there's still snow in the shady spots. Usually we get like about 2 inches of snow a year here altogether, you know, over a couple of different times. And generally, within a couple days of getting snow, it'll be like 60 or 50 or something. You know, it'll be really nice. I lived in Minnesota for 5 years, so I've done my time with snow. I don't really need any more snow in my life. For the rest of my life, I would be just fine with no snow. Okay, so this is interesting, the way that this bow came out. So it's either going to go this way or it's going to go this way, but the little feet. So we could put something else under it. What could we put? So I've got these pink buttons here. That might be cool. Oh, except that's pink burlap, so we don't really want a pink button. How about one of our Chinese buttons here? One of these. I'm not putting a link for these buttons simply because other things that I got from this company were really, really bad, and I don't want you to get, you know, cheated like I did. The buttons were wonderful. That was the only thing. I spent quite a bit of money at that company and really, really got ripped off. So I'm not recommending them. Okay, I like that. So let's do something with that. Okay, and when we finish decorating it, while it dries, we can put this one on. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Do we want it like in the center, or do we want to put it like up, or like that? I think the button underneath. Like that. Is that cute? Okay, let's do that. So let's put the button just south of the center. Now I'm not pushing it down, I'm just very gently, and then I'm going to like push it down now. But if I pressed it down, it would have gone onto the paper, and I don't want the paper to get glue on it at this point. Okay, and then I want this right here like that. Okay. Put glue on it, and then I want it. But do you see how, like, today I'm going through and I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff with the burlap. Okay, I got a little bit on there right after I warned you not to do that. Okay, so I'm just like doing a whole bunch of stuff with the burlap. I actually want that down closer to the button. I'm just going through and finding out where I can put the burlap, and that just makes it kind of quicker to do because I'm just doing a whole bunch of kind of the same thing. But it'll look really cool because it ties the whole journal together. Okay, so we're going to put that down to let it dry. And let's go ahead and put this on. Which direction do we want it? I think like that. Okay, so this is going to be a pocket. So again, we're going to do 3 sides and try to make my glue line as thin as possible so that I don't end up with a ton of glue coming through. Some is going to come through. Okay. All right, so that'll hold it down. Okay, and let's see, is this sticking? Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're just going to glue the top and the bottom. And this will be a belly band that we can stick small things through. Sometimes I like big belly bands that take up the whole page, but other times it's nice to have, you know, trying to put a small card through a big belly band, it doesn't stay in place. So, okay, so we're going to let that dry a bit. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take it out. All right, it's across from this black envelope with the green yarn. And in fact, let's see if, yeah, the other side needs something too. What's on, that's kind of black. Okay, so let's do kind of something similar here on the other side. This is in the other whole half of the book. So, oops, this isn't staying down. Okay, hold on. I may need to hold this in place for a minute. Been on that roll for so long that it wants to roll up. It doesn't want to stay straight and flat like I want it. Okay, that's where it would be nice to be able to sew it, but can't really do that. Okay, so let's do something. So, you know, my temptation would be to do green here and pink here, but then you've got something heavy up on the top, and that looks weird. And these aren't going to be across from each other anyway. I mean, we can do the exact same thing if we want to, and we might. Let's just see. Okay, so how, you know, the point right now is to take as little time as possible to do as much as we can. Because we're just ready to be done with it and move on. That sounds so terrible. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean it to sound so bad. Okay, and then cut this one too. And it doesn't have to be the same size because you're not going to be able to see both pages together. One's going to be, you know, like 20 pages later. All right, put that away. Okay, let's get our wire out. There we go. And the other side. It's a really thin wire, so it tends to bend really easily, and if it bends someplace down in the fabric, it's not going to go past easily. See, like right there, I crimped it right here. Can you see that? And so at that point in the fabric, it was holding on. So you really want to try to keep it straight. Did I already pull the, nope. Okay. Can you guys see the wire? It's so small. It's very thin. I really, really don't like it in there. The fact that it's thin makes it more dangerous to me. All right. So what do we want to do with this one? We have this little bow that we made. Do we want to like put something small in this? Oh, well, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. How about one of these little jewelry guys? Okay. So this is on like a little net kind of thing. And so what you want to do is just like cut the net, but it's got a paper backing. And so you're going to pull the paper backing off, and then it's a sticker, which the paper backing just came off. So it may not stick. I may have to use a little glue, but that's okay. Yep. Oh, maybe the paper backing is still there actually. Okay. So let's do, I think I'm going to need glue. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, that's cute. It's very simple. It's cute. Now I can crimp this a little bit so that this will hang down like that. But I kind of, it looks like it's got action and motion that way. So I'm just going to leave it. Now let me see if that little jewel thing is going to stick. Yep, it is. Okay, just a teeny tiny bit of glue. Just a tiny bit, please. There we go. Tiny, tiny bit of glue. And I kind of want that little jewel to be centered, and I'll press it on here like that. Okay. And then what do I want with this? Now, do I want to have another horizontal pocket, or even another, could be a belly band that goes this way and then has something. Yeah, let's make it a belly band. Okay, but what do we want to put on it? I mean, I kind of want something a little bit different from what I had on the other page, but I wonder if I had a pink rose on there. Yeah, it's enough of a contrast, and that's cute. Let's do that. I like this trim. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. I can check in just a second. Yeah, I'm using paper scissors to try to cut fabric. Not good. Come on. Okay. Let's see if this is from, yeah, this was from Hobby Lobby. So, you know, like, usually stuff is on sale every other week there. So you just kind of go check online and see what's on sale that week and shop accordingly. I don't go every week, oh my gosh. I go like twice a year maybe, or once a year. I think in the past 2.5 years since Bill died, I've been there like 3, maybe 4 times. Because when you go there, you can end up with an awful lot of stuff, which is fine. I haven't spent that much each time. I've always spent less than I thought. I've given myself a budget, and then I get up to the cash register and I tell them, okay, oops, the bow just fell off. And I tell them, can you let me know every once in a while what my total is so far, subtotal? Because I probably have more stuff than I can afford here because I have a budget and I stick to it. You know what, you guys, inevitably, every single time it's been less than my budget, even though I thought I probably spent more than my budget. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's hold this down for a second here. All right, and then I'm gonna just very, very lightly, without pressing it down because I don't want the glue to go through the burlap. I'm going to glue this back on. Okay. So the glue will stick when it dries, and this glue will turn clear. It's not going to be white. Okay. All right. And same thing here, top and bottom, because we're going to make it into a belly band. Did we wanted it to be a horizontal belly band though, right? I think that's what we decided. So it's going to be like here. I'm getting glue all over my fingernails. Okay. Ugh. Messy, messy, messy. We're going to have to set this page aside so it can dry. Ugh. My fingers are gross. Is it sliding down? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to set that page aside, and we're going to remember that it's by this black envelope here. Okay. All right, so let's see if there's any place else. In fact, we'll put this in this page just to remind us where that goes, just in case we forget, okay? So we're gonna look for other places where we can use the burlap, even though it's, gosh, so darn messy. It really is horribly messy. See that it's almost clear. It's not dry yet, but it'll be clear when it's done. Okay. Should we use the green matches, it goes nicely with the flowers. Ooh, but I don't like that. And I don't think that the pink's gonna look much better. Where'd my pink go? No. We might just leave that as a writing page. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, this looks good, and this is gonna be a nice writing page. I like that. I kind of like it as a writing page, but I think what I'll do is see if I have scraps of that paper, and we can do like the orange over here and the blue over there. That would be really cute. If not, we can use this. Ooh, and this has the orange. Yeah, let's see about that. Just look really quickly. Here's some of that blue. Do I have any of the orange? Guess not. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do with this here. Okay, so we've got... Oh, we do. We have this, which is very similar to that we can put here in the corner. And this doesn't really show up against that, does it? We can put this over here in this corner, but I'm going to cut it across like that. So what I do to try to cut straight across here, which sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not, is I look at it and I aim the end of this for that corner. Okay, so let's see how well we do it. Not bad. Okay. All right, so we could sew this on or we can glue it on. Today I'm in a mood for gluing, so we're going to glue. Okay, and that's going to look like that, which means we can tuck in something that has other colors on it too. Okay, remember that we're not done. We don't have everything on the page once we've decorated the page, because we're going to put cards and, you know, all those kinds of good things in there. Cards and notebooks and all kinds of fun stuff in that's going to add even more frippery frou-frou and color and design and everything else. So the page right now does not have to look, you know, super exciting. We can add stuff to it, add our journal cards and stuff to make it look more exciting. We haven't even bound this book yet. We're just trying to finish decorating the pages before we bind it. Okay, I'm checking right now on the stuff that we glued down. Some of it is not wanting to stay down. There we go. The first part that we did is, but not the second part. Okay, wow, this needs something too, I think. Kind of wondering, I mean, guest checks usually you stick in something. I think I like that. There, it's got the pink here. I think that looks really cool. Let's, do I have, I don't, okay. Let's just round the corner here. Okay. And I'm just going to make this into a tuck. That's nice and easy, but it'll be really cool. And you can write here, you can write all along here, and then we're going to have stuff that we can tuck in there too. Okay, and then what about this over here? Or do we want something that's more pink? piece that we should use someplace. Let's look at what are the little pieces that we have. Okay, so we have this, which I think that looks fine, but I just want to see if there's something that will coordinate even better. See, this has the black and white on it. So I'm almost thinking something black and white would be better. Don't want something that has a lot of design. Oh, or the, yeah, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think black and white polka dots are the best because we've got polka dots on both sides. So let's do these black and white polka dots here. I mean, I'm going to cut this off, but okay. So I'm just cutting straight through the center of these dots. Do I want it to be a square or do I want to cut it into a corner? I'm not going to fold it, but I'm just going to hold it to see. I think I like it cut. So we're going to go across these lines because they go pretty much diagonal here. There we go. Okay, how does that look? I like that. Okay. So we'll see those two pages together. So we're just doing really, really simple things. We've already done a lot of design stuff, and it doesn't have to be frou-frou-y all the way through. That can get to be just like a little bit too much. And it also kind of, I don't know, I find for myself, if I've decorated my journal too much before I start using it, I don't feel like I want to add stuff to it, so I don't really use it. I'm a lot more likely to use it if I leave some spaces that aren't quite so decorated. Okay, this is a nice guest check. It's not too thin. This is one that somebody sent me in some happy mail. It was after Bill died. Or actually it might have been from Michelle Gregory's package that she sent me. I'm not sure. I think actually it is from her. She had a drawing after she cleaned up her craft room and I won. I was so excited. She may have had a couple winners, I don't know, but she sent me a whole box of really cool stuff that she didn't want anymore. You know, one person's junk is another person's treasure. We know that, right? Okay, so this is going to have this coming across it, so we don't need anything there. These have a lot of stuff. Okay, so here we've got the same kind of problem again. And again, we could just leave this. I mean, those are really nice writing pages, but I think I want to have a little bit of something on there. So let's look. We have this that we could use here, just like we had. Okay, here's how this works, you guys. Okay, you've got one page that goes across like that, but it's going to have a whole bunch of pages in between it. All right, so we don't have to have them the same. They don't have to balance out the other side of that paper. The pink is the other side of the page. The orange is the other side of the paper. We want it to balance with the other side of the page with our spread. Okay, so here's this. And then, and another thing that you can do is always stamp or stencil and stuff when you want to fill in some pages. Now, I could use this. It would add a different color to it. Or I could use this and go diagonally. Let me see here. Maybe more like that. No, it would have to be like this. Let's do that. Okay, so it goes to here. So I'm marking with my thumb where I'm going, and I'm going over to the corner. Okay, so that's going to be flat here, and we're going to bring it, see how I've got it flat here on this page, and then I want to see this needs to be cut down to here. Okay, so I made a little indentation, and I'm taking my scissors right over to the corner. Okay, so that should fit on perfectly. Let's see what happens. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I mess it up. Oh, I did it right. Okay, so see, we still have a little bit of the pink page sticking out here. This is just kind of a, it's kind of like a diagonal belly band, I guess. And I think after this we're going to stop. sounds like it's been about half an hour from the sound of the clock. All right. So I'm just gluing on the edges. All right. There we go. Let me see if I can see how long we've been doing this. No, I can't really read it. Okay, so we've got that. We've got this page that we took out that I'm still going to let dry for a little longer before I put it back in place. Okay, and again, those two sides aren't going to be, you're not going to see them at the same time. Okay, I love you all. We got a lot done today. That's the point, because I wasn't in the mood to do like spend the whole half hour on decorating one pocket. I wanted to kind of move through this a little bit. So I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.